So I have no doubt if you're watching this that you are already an amazing heart-centered leader who's already had an impact. But maybe right now, when you're trying to access that next level of impact, you're not feeling heard or recognized or valued as much as you like, which is 100% understandable. And maybe you feel like you're burning out a little bit in the process. So if you want to go from that to really feeling acknowledged, valued, recognized, and having the impact that you want and deserve while not feeling overwhelmed or burnt out in the process, then I'm excited to share something with you. Now, maybe you've tried working with an internal executive coach, or maybe you've tried on your own because you have accessed a certain level of success already, but maybe you've also tried a mentor. And all of these things are tremendously valuable and they've worked up to a point. But here's the thing, they might not be working now because with an internal executive coach, you don't have the ability to be 100% transparent. And maybe previously when you were working with someone, a mentor, internal coach, maybe there wasn't a proven process. And also maybe you just need a couple new tools to access that next level of impact. Now, the Limitless Leader program is for female heart-centered leaders who have already achieved a certain level of success. And I've been honored to use it with some of the top female leaders here in San Francisco, Silicon Valley, and worldwide. And it's so powerful that I wanted to share a couple case studies with you, which honestly can probably explain the transformation better than I could explain it myself. Now, one of these case studies comes from an amazing, amazing woman who works for a technology company that happens to be a Fortune 500 technology company, and she's the president and GM. And she had a lot of internal confidence because she had already reached, probably like you, reached a high level of success. But she wasn't as confident when talking to the senior leadership. So she had internal confidence, but she wasn't feel recognized, was not feeling heard by the top leadership of the company, the CEO. And also her board, she was not feeling acknowledged or recognized by them or respected by them. And finally, since she was the only woman on the team of this global leadership, this global company with her peers that were in different countries, she did not have the respect or feel valued by her peers. Now, after going through this Limitless Leader program and system, she felt like she could be 100% more confident. She could challenge her CEO. She had the respect of her team. And now the board was sitting up and taking notice for what she had to say. And this is amazing for her. But honestly, the ripple down effect of the impact that she's having on her team and honestly for all of North America and globally is incredible. And she said her confidence has skyrocketed, and also more importantly, her satisfaction in knowing that she's having the impact that she's capable of has gone up tenfold as well. Also, I wanted to share a second case study with you that really highlights not me. I'm not the hero here. I want to highlight, I'm just the guide, and I want to highlight one more case study of a woman who's actually the president and GM of a Fortune 100 company. And she had always felt, again, internally very confident, has reached a certain level of success, but she has never really spoken her voice. She's never really unlocked what she was capable of. She's always played small. And recently she got asked to a board meeting, and this is an 80,000 person company. It's a huge company. And she said normally she would have just played small and just listened and had internal confidence, but not spoken up. And now after going through this Limitless Leader program and after working together, she was able to speak up despite being a little fearful and scared. She had some butterflies, but she said she spoke up, she challenged the board, she did it in an authentic way. And they actually said that the whole board meeting ended with her words. And they said that if they could have recorded it and played it to their 80,000 employees, they would have. And she said it was the highlight of her career. It was such a thrill, and she's so happy. And so those are just two examples of the transformation that you can expect going through the Limitless Leader system. Now, you might be wondering why I care so deeply about helping heart-centered female leaders and also emerging leaders to access their next level of leadership. So here's the thing, and I'll make this pretty brief, but it's important for you to know. When I was about 10 years old, I got called into the principal's office of a small private school that I went to, and my parents were in that meeting too, Barbara and Cecil. And I was told by the principal, Mrs. Harris, that I wasn't a good enough student to be there. And that was heartbreaking because I was doing all the work and getting pretty good grades. And upon leaving, my parents, they didn't stick up for me. We took those words as truth. But my dad did kneel down and say, Sheryl, it's only October. You can do whatever you put your mind to. And so we left, and I worked longer and harder. And then one day it was June. My dad called me into the kitchen, and he told me, he said, Sheryl, you won't be going back to that school in the fall. And it was in that moment that I thought, I guess Mrs. Harris is right. I'm not good enough. And it stayed with me for a long time. And I eventually wondered, who gets to decide who's good enough? And I was particularly interested in world-class athletes and Olympians. So I spent the better part of 2 decades working with world-class college athletes and all the way up to Olympians. And I used to think that my story was about my dad, who told me that if I put my mind to it, I could do anything. So specialized in mental toughness and high performance for some of the top performing athletes in the world, and also business professionals. But my story was really about my mom. And she never had a voice when I was growing up because we weren't allowed to talk during the news. And she didn't have a voice in my principal's office to tell the principal that I was doing the things. And I was getting good grades despite, her having bipolar disorder and there being some disruption at home. My brother was 10 years older. He happened to have some challenges with substance abuse despite us being an upper middle class family. There was a lot going on, but she did not have the voice to stick up for me. And she also was passionate about 3 species of owls. And shortly after she passed away, these 3 species of owls went extinct. Now, what this has to do with you and why I shared that is that I truly believe that everyone has something very special placed within them. And I truly believe that your voice matters. And the voices of female heart-centered leaders really matter now more than ever. And if you're feeling uncomfortable, if you're feeling like you're being called for more, then that is why I am going to fight for you. And that's why I have dedicated my life to work to unlock the potential in female leaders. I really believe that it's going to be women that are going to help course correct the world. And I really think that there's no more time for fear or doubt. So my job is not to teach you about leadership. My job, like I mentioned, is not to be the hero. My job is just to help you access your potential. Now, here's the thing. If you're thinking that's interesting, I want to hear some more, well, I'd like you to click on the link below and go ahead and sign up. The next page has a little bit longer video, and it's going to be my absolute best training. It's going to be about 30 minutes. Now, if you're busy, don't worry, you can go ahead and bookmark it and watch it later. You will get a couple email reminders because if the timing is important to you and this is speaking to you, I want to make sure that you block out and carve out a little time in your busy schedule to watch it. It's going to take you step by step through the Limitless Leader process. I'm also going to answer a couple of the common questions that I have, and also you're going to learn the exact steps of the process of the program. This is a system, okay? It's not a willy-nilly program where it's random. It's a proven process. And so if you want to go from not feeling heard, not feeling recognized, and not having the impact, that next level of impact that you know that you can have, and also not burning out in the process, then I want you to go ahead and click below, because if you learn a little bit more, it's possible to go from that to really being a limitless leader, to feeling heard, feeling recognized, and also feeling valued. And I think it's important now more than ever to unlock that next level of impact for you so you can truly be limitless. Now, if this isn't for you, no worries at all. You can take this training, consume it, put it to work, join my community. There is plenty of free content out there, and just have at it on your own. That is 100% fine. But if it is for you, let's have a conversation so I can personally guide you through the Limitless Leader system. Now, here's the thing. We would go shoulder to shoulder in this call. And normally I would charge upwards of $297 for this ignition call. But because you are here right now, it's fee waived. So there is absolutely zero risk for you, because if I can help you in any way on this call, answer your question about the Limitless Leader program and process, that is what this time is for. It's also for me to get really personal, get custom, and understand exactly what you're trying to do and apply this to your life and make the content in the video that you learned real for you. And also I can start to guide you through a custom plan. While my curriculum never changes, what does change is that it gets customized for you. And so you're going to learn information, but during this 30-minute call, we're going to make forward progress as well. We're going to start to land this into your life so you can start moving in that direction. The reason why you hear it's been very specific, very strategic. It's not by chance. It's not random. Now, the next step is simply to watch the video, and I really want you to know that I really honor the mountains that you've climbed and the impact that you've already had, and I look forward to the possibilities that lie ahead.